Well, thank you again so much for letting us join for sort of part two. My name is Joseph. I oversee our MLS partnerships here at Cubicasa. Excited to chat with all of you today. We're going to take a little bit deeper dive today, dive into the different types of floor plans that you can create, and then walk you through how you can elevate your listings and really the client experience as well by editing your floor plans and customizing them, all that sort of fun stuff once the floor plans have been created. As mentioned, I'm joined by Daniela from our success team. She'll kind of dive into the dashboard a little bit, show you how you can actually do those edits and customizations, and then show you where you can change up your account settings and all of that type of stuff. As we're going through everything today, please feel free to use the Q&A function in Zoom. We'll be keeping tabs on that for any questions that have come in. And then the sort of chat bubble will follow you throughout both in the app and when you are visiting our website. We are always available to answer any sort of questions. But let me go ahead and get my screen shared here. And we'll have that be sort of phase one. All right, and that should have pulled up. I can't see anybody, so I'm hoping if I can just get a verbal confirmation. All right, see a thumbs up. Perfect, thank you. So hopefully by now, all of you have downloaded the app already and have begun scanning properties. If not, no worries. The session today will give you a glimpse into some of the options and features that you can start using once you begin scanning. If you have not created your account yet, you can either scan this QR code up on the screen or click through the Cubicasa link on your MLS dashboard. Either of those options will automatically affiliate your MLS membership and make sure that your account is set up with all of the benefits. Now, if Cubicasa is brand new to you, I want to give a quick introduction. We started a few years ago, essentially as a floor plan redraw service, but we've evolved into what we are today, which is an amazing mobile app that allows you to quickly and easily scan a property in just a couple of minutes to create an accurate floor plan of the home. Once you've completed scanning the property, you can capture everything inside the home, any exterior spaces that you want featured on the floor plan. You'll submit it directly to us within the app, and the floor plans will be available to download within 24 hours for the 2D style floor plans like you see on screen here. Today, like I said, we're going to give you a look at all the different options that you can create. All of the different types of floor plans that we offer are all created from that same 5-minute scan that you do of the property. So there's nothing additional that you need to do, and everything's available a la carte. So you can actually pick and choose what styles or options you want for each individual property as you're scanning. So to take a look at all of those different available options, first up, of course, is our free basic floor plan, which we call Light, and what you see on the left-hand side of the screen here. As part of your MLS benefit, you have access to unlimited free basic floor plans. So this is a really great option to start making this a little bit more standard practice as you're getting your next listings put together. It's only going to take you a couple of minutes. It will give you the basic outline of the home like you see there. It will cover properties up to 5,000 square feet of scanned area. So that will include the internal square footage of the home, as well as any of those exterior spaces that you capture, things like porches, patios, decks, or even detached garages. You'll also be able to save the floor plans out with or without the individual room dimensions included. So the example that you see on screen, if you can see my cursor here hovering over the primary bedroom, you'll see the name of the space and then the measurements included. If you just wanted more of like a marketing style floor plan, you can save that out with just the room labels included. Now, our upgraded plus floor plans introduce a number of different options. On the right-hand side of the screen here, you'll see the fixed furniture, which I would say is our most popular. These floor plans will include appliances in the kitchens. If you have an island or wraparound countertop, those will actually be featured on the floor plan, as well as fixtures in the bathrooms and wet spaces. So tubs, toilets, vanities, washers, dryers, all of that will actually be populated on the floor plan itself. If you can see my cursor here hovering over the primary bath, if you compare this area to the basic free floor plan, you can see all of those features are included. And then you'll also notice some additional things like the door swings showing which direction the doors actually open. So it just helps to kind of better visualize the space a little bit more in depth. Now, with those plus style floor plans, it's not just the fixed furniture. Those actually unlock a number of different things. Another piece of it is customization. So that's one of the things that we're going to look at today in a couple of minutes. But this example that you see here on the left-hand side of the screen is one of our most popular color templates and earth tones. You can change up the colors however you'd like. You can even upload, your brokerage logo and change up the colors to match your broker branding. Just a really nice way to personalize the floor plan. And something to highlight as well is that you can save out multiple different styles of that same floor plan. So if you just wanted a basic black and white version that you use for the listing, but then you want something colorful and customized like this for, your Facebook marketing, or something that you'll print on, a one-pager takeaway for an open house, something like that, you can really get creative and really make it match your branding. Another one of the add-ons that you can select is the GLA report, or gross living area report, which you see on the right-hand side here. This is typically used by appraisers. It will show the livable versus non-livable square footage of the home. As you can see, it's very easy to read green versus red. I know down here in Florida, I'm up in Jacksonville, but we typically don't have basements. But if you do have a property with a basement that's partially finished, for example, this is a nice way to show that breakdown of livable versus non-livable square footage. Or if you have, the top story of the home has areas with low ceiling height, this will actually populate the actual livable square footage of the home. Now, in addition to the custom styling and the fixed furniture, I want to come back to some other things that are included with that plus style floor plan, which are these different reports that you see here. The home report on the left-hand side gives an overview of the property, makes it very easy to share things like the individual room dimensions. You'll have a cover page that will list the high-level details of the home. So total square footage, beds, baths, if there's a garage, those types of details. And then we'll dive into a level by level and room by room breakdown, which is what you see in that example here. Snapshots on the right-hand side of the screen actually allows you to take photos as you're going through scanning the property, and then you'll see the exact location each of those photos was taken, populated on this floor plan report. You can see the image on the left-hand side, and then on the right, you'll see the floor plan with that little red dot showing where that photo was actually taken. So this is a nice way to highlight key features in the home, things that maybe aren't included on the listing photos. Or if you're working with a first-time home buyer, for example, a nice way to highlight things like where the electrical panel is, or the water heater, water tank, to show the exact location of those in the space. So these reports can be really helpful, not just when selling a property, but even when working with your buyers to help them decide which home to actually move forward with. Now, outside of all of these different 2D options that we've looked at, we also offer a number of different 3D floor plan styles. This is a style that a lot of apartment communities are already using. It just helps to better visualize the space. It will include actual furniture in the home, so you can get a better feel for what the property would look like with stuff in it versus the traditional floor plan that's just kind of the outline of the space. It's going to be a static image like you see here, sort of that bird's eye view into the entire property, which is a really nice way to just have that more enhanced floor plan to add to the listing. When we create this, we will match the colors and textures as closely as possible. So I've included a couple different examples here so you can see some different flooring types. We've got some different wall colors. There's some wallpaper in the bathroom and actually in the bedroom here, if you can catch this on the right-hand side here. So we'll match all of that as closely as possible. And we'll also kind of clean things up, declutter. We obviously won't recreate things like kids' toys on the floor. So we'll be able to show the property in its best light with the 3D options. When you choose the actual 3D style floor plan, you can also add on a video rendering, which we're going to take a look at. An example here. We've got a couple different examples on our YouTube channel, so feel free to check these out if you want to go a little bit more in depth and see some more options. But the video rendering, like we're watching here, will be a couple minute long walkthrough of that 3D rendered space. And again, this is created from that same 5-minute scan. So it's a really easy way to create really professional looking marketing materials. And one of the common questions that we get is, about the route that you actually take through the home when you're scanning. Whatever route you take through the home is not going to determine the video walkthrough. So don't worry if you're kind of bouncing all over the place. We will streamline things. Typically with this video, we'll start at the front door and kind of plan whatever route through the home is the smoothest and makes the most sense. Again, if you want to take a closer look at this particular video or even some other examples that we have, head to our YouTube channel. We have tons of examples there. But as you can see, it's just a really nice way to showcase the property. And again, it looks very professional, even just from that 5-minute scan. So very easy way to get really awesome marketing materials for the home. Now, the last 3D option that is available are CAD files. So these are editable files. I've included the different file types here and some examples of different programs that you can use on the screen. Pretty much any popular CAD software will work for these. These are helpful if you're working with a client who's going to flip the home, remodel the kitchen, take down a wall, anything like that, those types of projects, to be able to do all of the planning digitally before you actually go in and start any sort of, renovation or demolition of the property. So as you can see, there's a number of different styles and options, things that you can quickly and easily create for your listings, and really to provide great resources on the buy side as well. Now, just as a reminder, you guys will have unlimited access to the free basic floor plans that we looked at. And then with these additional products, the upgraded 2D options, any of those 3D styles, that will all be available for you a la carte. So you can pick and choose what's actually wanted or needed for each individual property. So that's everything that I wanted to cover on the product side of things in terms of what's actually available. I pulled up that QR code once more. So if you haven't created your account, feel free to scan that now to get that all set up and you'll be ready to begin scanning. We're going to pause for a moment while I check in with Daniela to see if there's any questions that have come through or any of the FAQs that we typically get to share. And then I'll toss it over so she can give us a deeper dive into, once you've actually completed the scan, you've got your floor plan available, how you can edit and customize and change up all those different styles.
Thanks, Joseph. No Q&A so far, but some of the common questions we get is, especially if you're newer with us, is how to create a scan and what flow should you walk through the property in when creating that first scan. And we always recommend starting from the bottom and working your way up. It doesn't really matter what order you start, but that tends to be the easiest for people. So just make sure that you understand the flow of the property prior to creating that scan, and you do some of our prep work prior to your scan, like opening up all the doors, opening the window blinds, just to make sure you have a smooth scanning experience when creating your scan. Another question is if you need to have Wi-Fi or data connection in order to create the scan, and you don't, you only need it to open the app initially. And then once you have the app, you can turn your device on airplane or safe mode within the settings of the app and create that scan. Once you have created it and returned back to an area with good cell service or connection, then you can send your scan for processing and continue from there. All right, so it looks like I will go ahead and get us started on the dashboard portion. And then let me know once you can see my screen.
We're good.
Perfect, thank you. All right, well, as Joseph showed us earlier, once you have your Cubicasa account created, you will have access to both the app and the web version that I have pulled up here for us. I will be covering the web version, but just know that both accounts are linked together. The only difference is that you'll be creating the scans through your device and then editing or modifying your floor plans if needed through the web version. And the web version also offers more tools and functionalities that we'll be covering here shortly. Just some basics on when you first log in. At the top, you'll have access to local photographers within your area that provide a floor plan for every photography package they include. And then below is where you'll be able to access your most recent orders. If we go under the order list tab here on the left hand navigational panel, you'll also be able to access a more expanded view of all your orders created under the account. You can search by them by address, or if you click the funnel icon, also search by them by different criteria depending on what you need. So going back to the dashboard page, clicking on an order itself, this will be the order page available for you once the order has been processed and delivered. Here at the top, this pencil icon, it will give you the option to edit the address after the order is delivered. So you always have that option available. And then you will have access to different tabs within your account. And if you ever need to upgrade an order to an additional product, you can always do so under the upgrade icon here within your order page. Once you select the products you would like to include, you will receive an email confirmation once we have worked on and delivered those new products for you. Now going into how to edit your floor plans once they've been delivered, there are two options available that we'll be covering today more in depth. The first one is a quick edit, and the second is the change request function. The quick edit will be kind of your best friend if you ever need to adjust things on the go. It's a fast and easy way to make minor adjustments like changing the labels, adding new ones, or even adding additional elements to your floor plans in a matter of minutes. So once you open it, you'll see that you'll have a selection to select which floor levels you want to view. If you want to change the labels of the floor plans themselves, all you have to do is double click on that floor label and simply type in the new label you would want. So maybe floor 1 is really basement. I will type that in, hit enter, and then you can adjust the other floor plans accordingly to what you need. Now, to make adjustments within a floor level itself, you will simply select that level here at the top right corner. So let's say I want to go to floor 2 and I want to adjust the name of any of these labels. So let's just say bedroom. And then if you go to this top box that will appear at the top, you can adjust the label to anything that you would like within your floor plan. So it's as simple as just renaming that label. If you click and drag it with your mouse, you'll also be able to adjust the positioning. And then if you select this circle icon with your mouse, you'll also be able to adjust the position of that label as well. Another feature that you can do is you can adjust the label sizes as well. So here at the top corner, you'll see these 2T kind of icons. This is where you'll be able to really increase the size of those labels or decrease them as well. If you want to adjust the size of one particular label, simply select that label. So let's say the bathroom here is a little bit too big. If you use the plus or minus keys within your keyboard, you'll be able to individually adjust the size of that one label. Now, you also have the option to remove dimensions from your floor plan as well. And this is mostly useful to avoid any visual cluttering within your floor plan. So to do this, you will simply go to this dimension icon here at the top, and then simply click on the label that you would like to hide. So for example, maybe this bathroom label might look a little bit too crowded or might not be necessary. You can simply select and remove any dimensions that you would like to hide from your floor plan. And to add them back, you can simply reselect those areas again in your floor plan. Another feature that you can do is you can also modify the fixed furniture within your floor plan if you have the plus version. So here on the left-hand side, you will select that fixed furniture icon and you will see all the different icons will start to have labels. You can move them, so maybe the refrigerator is actually a little bit more to the side, or you would like to change the size of it itself so it's not so large, it's largely displayed, or you can even completely delete it as well. If you need to add more icons, you can also do that under our list here as well. And just a few last items that you can do that are pretty handy is you can add additional labels within your floor plan. So if you want to add, a lot of people like to just add the address on each individual floor page itself. They can do that here, or you can add even more labels throughout your floor plan as well. Another neat feature is you can add measurements measurement lines to your floor plan. So if you need to display a particular measurement length or size of any room or wall, you can do so with this element here. And you can even modify it to whatever you want to display as well. So those are some of the core features within your quick edit. If you do go with the GLA option, you'll also have the opportunity to select which spaces are included or excluded from the gross living area calculations. And once you are done making all the changes needed to your floor plan, all you will do is click that floppy disk here at the top. You will select OK to confirm all the changes you've made, and your screen will load for about 2 to 3 minutes. After it's done loading, you will simply exit out of this tab and then refresh your page, and the changes should appear within your dashboard. So like I mentioned, pretty quick and usually pretty fast way to make changes. But if you don't have the time to explore the quick edit, or you need more complex changes to your floor plans, you can go under the change request function. This is also where you will go to make any changes to 3D products as well. And all you have to do is go under the new request tab for both products and describe what it is that is missing or wrong from your floor plan. You can have as many changes as you want within one change request, and those changes will be sent to a special team that will review and take care of those things for you. You can even add additional reference files. Those are always very helpful for us. And then once all the changes have been made and delivered back to you, you'll receive an email notification. So moving into your settings, something we always like to cover is how to add your MLS discount code in case you had a Cubicasa account prior to us partnering with your MLS. And you will simply go under settings and then company. Under your MLS membership tab, you will simply add your MLS name, your MLS login ID, select verify account, and then your MLS discount code will be applied automatically to the account. Next to this tab will be your billing. So here you'll have a snapshot view of your current monthly bill if you do decide to go with any paid packages or add-ons. And below will be a list of your past invoices. We do invoice on a monthly basis for any paid scans on the previous 30 days. If you don't include any scans, or if you just want the light version, there won't be any hidden fees or subscription fees or anything like that. To view a detailed report of your invoicing, simply select View Detail, and then you'll be taken to this page where you'll get a detailed breakdown of every charge applied to each individual order. Next to that is your order tab. So this is useful if you want to set your options for ordering automatically within the app. If, for instance, you're someone that you're going to order the light version every time, you can actually disable all other packages so that you don't accidentally order one that you don't need within the app. On the other hand, if you know that you need the GLA product for every single order that you're going to create, you can also choose to not only enable it, but set it as a default as well on all your future orders. Below that is your users in Office. So if you want multiple people to be able to create scans for you within one account, you can actually add as many offices as you would like. And within each office, you can invite people to join. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is select add user, and you will add an email address that's not already associated with Cubicasa, their first and last name, and the level of access. They will then receive an email invitation to have them finish setting up their account, and then they can start creating scans for you. So it's a pretty easy and simple process. And lastly is our styling tab. So this is where you'll be able to really customize your floor plan colors, font types, and other cool features. You can have as many templates per your orders as you want, or even like per client. And if you are new, you can simply get started by selecting Create Style. From here, you'll have all kinds of different options to customize your floor plans. So for instance, under language, you can select what language you want your floor plan labels to be displayed in, whether it's English or Spanish. You can select how you want the measurements to be displayed within each room. You can even add your own logo. And then below that, you'll have options to customize the colors of your floor plans. The previous example I was showing earlier was with our earth tones. So these are predefined styles that you can select from already. But if you want to get more specific with the colors of your floor plans, you can simply select them from this list as well and be as specific or creative as you would like. You also have the option to adjust the label text style. So this will include things like the family type, the color, how you want the letters to be casted, and other features. And something I like to cover is the disclaimer text. So we do include a standard disclaimer text at the bottom of all of our floor plans. If you have the Plus, not only will you get access to all these styling features, but you'll also be able to modify the disclaimer text yourself. So you'll either be able to completely remove it if you would like, or even create your own disclaimer text if you're more comfortable with that option. And lastly, one important thing I like to cover is the different measurement methods that come with our different packages. So the light version does not include total calculations at the bottom, but it does include dimensions. And then the plus version includes gross internal area measurements automatically. So this will be square footage of all wall-to-wall interior space of the property. It will not include exterior dimensions or outdoor spaces. And the GLA, which you might be more familiar with, is more of an appraisal grade measurement. It's what is shown in appraisals and most county and public records because it shows the finished and unfinished and livable and non-livable space of the property. So depending on what measurement you need, you will select that within these options. So if you want the light but only need the GLA, you can order that and simply select GLA here, or you can have the plus and GLA as well. And if you don't want any measurements at all for your plus orders, you can simply unselect this feature entirely as well, and you will only get the room dimensions if you want. Once you save all your changes, you will have your template saved, and you can set which one will be your default for all future orders. Now, the only thing I will say is when you edit or create a style, it won't automatically update all orders that have already been delivered within your account. But to adjust the style of a previous order, it's pretty easy. Just go back to that order page and then select change style. You will select the style that you just made, and it will load for about 3 to 4 minutes afterwards. And then you will get an update once that new style has been applied to your floor plan. So that's everything I wanted to cover with you guys today. Last thing to mention is you'll notice this chat bubble following you around the screen wherever you go. And this will be kind of like your support chat for any questions or assistance that you need. In here, you'll get access to our help center knowledge base that is keyword searchable. So if you need to look up how to use the quick edit again, we have in-depth instructions on how to access each feature. And then you also will have the opportunity to message any live representative from our customer support team if you need more one-on-one attention on how to access certain features or any support that you might need with a particular order. So with that, I will pass it back to you, Joseph, if we have anything else.
All right, excellent. Well, I'm going to get my screen reshared here real quick, just so we can leave that QR code up on the screen for a second. Again, this is what you'll scan to actually create your Cubicasa account and automatically affiliate your MLS membership. But that's everything that we wanted to cover today. Hopefully that was helpful to get a deeper dive, a deeper look into what you can actually do into once you've completed a scan of a property, all the different options that are available, and how easy it is to edit and customize the floor plans after the fact. Like Daniela showed us, that chat box is going to follow you throughout. So once you start scanning, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. We're always happy to help. But that's all we've got for you.
All right, are there any questions from any of the participants?
I think they got them all answered. So
Okay,
they were
fantastic.
answered in the chat.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Joseph and Daniela, for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Great.
Thank you for your partnership. And thanks everybody for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.